How is it going out there, everybody? This is SpeedBoy14. Now I'm going to start a brand new playthrough of a game that's on Super Mario 3D All-Stars on the Nintendo Switch, which is... I'm actually going to do I am rebooting my playthrough of Super Mario Sunshine on Super Mario 3D All-Stars, so this should be awesome. If you guys can give me a favor and drop a like on this video, I would really appreciate it big time. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the bell right beside it to be notified every time my new videos come out. Exciting feature of the channel, you can request your favorite shine or your favorite world in the game in the comments below. If you want to check out my Bowser's Fury playthrough I recently finished, you can click on the link to that in the description below. Also, if you want to check out my Mario Madness tournament that's going on right now, you can click on the link to that in the description below too. Excuse me. And here we go to Super Mario Sunshine.
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. We're so pleased to welcome you to our beautiful home. Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we've added the world's finest resort facilities, a spectacular amusement park, and succulent seafood. All this and more await you on Isle Delfino. Come relax and let us refresh your body and spirit.
Alright, let's begin our adventure in Super Mario Sunshine. This game originally came out for the GameCube back in 2002, and I'm finally glad that this game's on the Nintendo Switch on Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Basically what they did for this game on the Super Mario 3D All-Stars is that they updated the graphics and made the graphics look a little nicer and stuff like that. So, let's find a file to delete, and let me know down in the comments below for a question of the video. What are your opinions on this game? Is it one of your favorite 3D Mario games? Is it your favorite 3D Mario game, or do you not like it at all? I would love to know in the comments below. Let's find a file to delete. Let's delete file number C. Let's delete file letter C. And let's begin our adventure in Super Mario Sunshine.
am most concerned with the well-being of the princess in this dreadful heat. Master Mario, if you would, press cross over to that shore and find some assistance.
Mario, be careful. I have a bad feeling about this. Alright, time to begin our adventure in Super Mario Sunshine. I love this game so much. This is a really, really fun game. I just really enjoyed this game. Look how beautiful the water is in this game. I love how gorgeous the water is in this game. The water just looks so beautiful in this game. I would just want to swim in that water. Since it's summertime now, I just thought now would be a good time for me to do a playthrough of Super Mario Sunshine. Since this is a tropical game. If you go here, we'll get to meet a little friend here.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from Gad Science Incorporated. Preparing to register customer information. Scanning and classifying subject data. Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom. Data storage complete. I am Flood, a flash liquidizer overdosing device. I hope to be of assistance. Proceeding with user instruction. Use the button to shoot water from my cave. If you press the button, you can stop and shoot. You can then use the stick to aim in any direction. Press the X button to switch to the hover nozzle. You can then press the button to hover in the air for a short time. If this tank is empty, no water can be sprayed. To refill tank, enter a body of water and press the button. Instructions complete. Proceed.
Alright. So they basically gave a tutorial about how to use Flood. Which I think is really nice. Because that makes it... Plus, here's how you use Flood. You just press the... If you're playing on Super Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch, you press the ZR button to run around while spraying water. If you want to be still while spraying water like this, you can hold the R button. But if you want to go in first-person mode, if you're playing on the Switch, I don't know how it would be if you was playing on the actual GameCube, but if you was playing on the Switch on 3D All-Stars, going into first-person mode is easy. You just have to press down the right control stick button, and you can be in first-person mode, which is really cool. We're going to have a lot of fun with this playthrough. Let's clean up this goop. We previously did a playthrough of a game that had goop in it, which was Bowser's Fury, and it reminded me somewhat of this game. Here we go to our first mini-boss, which is against the Micro Piranha Plant. So basically what you gotta do in this boss is, it's pretty simple. You just have to spray water in its mouth when it opens its mouth. And there we go, first mission of the game. And the collectibles we'll be collecting in this game will be the Shine Sprites. This is not a 100% playthrough, since I've never gotten 100% completion before. I'm just doing this one just for fun, just to beat the game and get through it. Alright, let's dive into the Shine Sprite.
As you are no doubt aware, someone has been senselessly defacing fair Isle Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on? Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor residents
battle beneath a veil of darkness. Expert shine scholars have determined that this darkness has arisen because all of our guardians, the Shine Sprites, have vanished from their gathering spot at the Shine Gate. The reason? It's quite obvious. This horrible graffiti is to blame. Behold the sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness descriptions. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection!
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the defendant to clean this entire island. Until Isle Delfino is completely free of his vile handiwork, Mario shall not be allowed to leave. Court adjourned.
This appears to be quite a predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution itself is not the main problem. Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip, correct? It is a Shine Sprite. Shine Sprites are the source of power on Isle Delfino. They used to gather in great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti incident has polluted the island and most of the Shine Sprites have fled. There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable. The only way to ensure the return of the Shine Sprites is to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal. Tomorrow we must do our best to resolve this situation.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mesh now. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember, we'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off.
So this is actually the only Mario platformer that has full-on voice acting during cutscenes. I find that kind of interesting. Alright, here we go. I love the Isle Delfino area in this game. Alright, let's spray this goop. We have to spray this goop to make this mini boss appear. And what we gotta do now is we got to use Flood to spray inside of the mini piranha, whatever this thing is called, his mouth. We just have to do that 3 times. Excuse me. There we go.
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
Alright. Shadow Mario went off. So, there's going to be missions later on in this game where we'll have to use Flood to spray Shadow Mario. And we have to do that right now, basically. I'm not going to be reading the text dialogues because they're just too much to read. Alright. Let's go inside this letter M. Let's spray it to open it. And let's go inside it and Blue Skidoo, we can too. Little Blue's Clues reference right there. Road to the Big Windmill is our first mission in Bianco Hills. Now let me kind of give my opinion on this game and what I think about this game. This game's really, really awesome. It's definitely one of my favorite games in the series, like 3D Mario games. My favorite thing about this game is Flood. I love the way Flood works because you can use Flood in order to spray enemies and stuff. And you can use it to hover like this with the hover nozzle. I just think it's really cool. We're going to have lots of fun with this playthrough. This game's really, really awesome. It's not my favorite of the Mario series, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Like, I love spraying goop in this game. I just think it's really fun to do. So, be careful right here, because this thing has balls that are rolling down. We can spray this goop, and then spray this to make this mini boss appear. Now we can just spray him in his mouth when he opens his mouth. We can do that 3 times, and he's out. And we can get our first shine. Let's see if I can do a jump dive into the shine sprite. Let's try it from here. Too high. We can jump and dive right here. And we got our second shine. I love the way Mario goes inside a painting like that, like when he goes inside that like that, where he goes inside the letter M like that. It's really cool. Down with Petey Piranha, where we get to fight our first actual regular boss. My favorite thing about this game is Flood, and I love how gorgeous the water is in this game. Like, the water in this game looks really gorgeous. Like, the water in this game actually looks better than the water in Super Mario Galaxy. Which is kind of strange, since Super Mario Galaxy was on the Nintendo Wii and whatnot, and this game was originally on the GameCube. But I'm glad that both games made it to... I'm glad that they're both on Super Mario 3D All-Stars, since Super Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch. I just think the water in this game just looks beautiful. It is a tropical game, so no surprise it would. So here you basically have, where the bridge is not fully complete right here, you basically have to use the hover nozzle to get across. So pretty simple. You know how Super Mario Sunshine plays. We have to use Flood in order to spray these. Just be careful right here. Just keep spraying as much as you can. That's basically the easiest way to get through here. Just keep spraying as you walk. And you can come to sprinklers like this to refill your Flood. When you run out of Flood, you'll have to go inside a body of water, then you can just press the button you use to squirt out Flood with in order to get more water in your Flood tank. Alright. We made it here to this windmill. We need to ride this windmill up to the boss. So let's fight this boss. Alright, here we go to the first real boss in the game that's not a mini boss, which is Petey Piranha. This is one of the easiest bosses in this game. He is so easy. Here's all you gotta do. Just wait until he opens his mouth. When he opens his mouth, you gotta spray water in his mouth. And then you got to ground pound his belly button like this. Like, this boss is so easy, that's all you gotta do. You just need to repeat that 3 times. And then he'll be out. So once he opens his water, go into first person mode. Spray water in his mouth until he's full. And then ground pound his belly button. The way I do it is I just like to do a side flip like this and then use the hover nozzle to hover and so I can aim more on his belly button that way. It just makes it easier. Just one more time. And boom! He is out. Keep in mind, if you collect coins, if your health is not full and you collect coins, you will get some health all the way until your health is full. That means the more coins you collect, the more health you'll get. And if you fall from a distance and land, you will lose some health, just like in Super Mario 64. Let's see if I can do a side flip into this shine. There we go. PD Piranha is really easy when you first fight him. He does get more difficult later on. There's a more difficult version of him later on, but he's really easy when you first fight him. Alright, here we go to the Hillside Cave Secret. We'll get to be introduced to a mechanic that is common throughout this game. And that's one of the reasons why this game is really, really difficult compared to the other 3D Mario games. You'll be introduced to a challenging moment that this game will have throughout the game. So we need to keep going this way, and then we need to side flip, and then wall jump here. We can go here, side flip, and go inside here and see. Look what happens. Shadow Mario just took FLUDD away from me. Okay, these levels here test your platforming skills to the max. These are some of the most difficult levels you can possibly have in a Mario game. Because you have to get through these obstacle courses without FLUDD. I mean, these missions ain't really all that difficult if you know what to do. It's just... you just have to be very careful. Because you don't have FLUDD, which normally makes things easier. I mean, these levels ain't really that difficult. You just have to just be careful and just know the patterns of these blocks and obstacles. This first secret level's pretty easy. It's the first secret level, so you expect it to be easy. Here we can just do that, jump and dive over, and let's get our shine. And there we go. That was our first secret level in the game. That first secret level's pretty easy. They get harder later on. There's some really difficult ones later on in this game. But they're not until later in the playthrough, though. Alright, red coins of Windmill Village. These red coin missions can be kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. So basically you have to collect 8 red coins in order to... You have to collect 8 red coins in order to You have to collect 8 red coins in order to get your shine sprite in these missions. That's the gimmick. So we need to collect all 8. They'll be in some hidden spots, but fortunately I know where they're at, because I know this game really well. Excuse me. Sometimes you'll have these whirlwinds. Watch out for these whirlwinds when they attack you. As long as you're moving the whole time, they shouldn't be too much of a problem. They're not that hard to dodge. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and just float and get our 7th red coin. The 8th one is up here. Alright, let's grab our last red coin. Pretty easy mission, that's all you gotta do. I don't think these red coin missions are particularly difficult. They're just time consuming is all they are. I think I'm pretty good at this game, so I don't think I'll have too much trouble in this playthrough. One thing I really like doing in Mario games is speedrunning. That's one thing I kind of like doing in this game is speedrunning some shines in this game. Because speedrunning like hard games like this can sometimes feel rewarding. Especially if you can get the rhythm down. Alright, PD Piranha strikes back. We get to fight the rematch of PD Piranha. Alright. So basically this mission, we have to go this way in order to refight PD Piranha. I love how acrobatic Mario is in this game, especially with being able to use Flood, with the Flood mechanics and stuff. It just makes him so acrobatic in this game. So just be careful here. You can use the hover nozzle to easily get rid of the goop. There we go. We can just spray this goop and get rid of a lot of this goop. Alright, let's use these, get in first person mode and spray it towards PD Piranha so we can fight him for the 2nd time. He's a little bit harder than he was the first time we fought him. I mean, he's still pretty easy. He's just a little bit harder than he was the first time we fought him. So basically what we gotta do is get into first person mode, spray up here, spray where he's at. When I first played this boss, it took forever to figure out what to do. So watch out for the goop he's trying to spit out. Once you spray him, once you get him down, here it's random what he'll do. He can either throw a tornado, like we did right there, or he can open his mouth immediately, which is nice. Come on, open your mouth, Petey. Come on. Okay, when he opens his mouth, you have to get in first person mode, spray his mouth just like with the first boss. Very easy. Come on! What the heck? Ugh! Something sniped me from behind. So once you get him full, you can just ground pound on his belly button, and we need to repeat that until he goes down. If you need to refill your water, you can always go to this river right here and refill your water. Very simple. And it makes this boss a heck of a lot easier than what it normally would be. So you never have to worry about running out of water, because you can always refill when it gets low. Where is PD Piranha? That's the question. Alright, we spray him down. Open your mouth, Petey. Come on. Sometimes he opens his mouth the right way, sometimes he doesn't. It's random every time. Thank you! There we go! Just one more hit left. This boss is kind of time consuming because of him going up in the air like that. As long as you know where he's going, this boss ain't really too hard. So just watch out for that. Open your mouth, Petey. Okay. I pressed the wrong button. Now I'm going to have to do this phase over again. Oops. That was a dumb mistake I made. Now we're going to do this phase over again. It's not easy. Ah! I'm trying to stay under control. Come on, get me under control. Get me under control. You have to be really patient with this boss. There we go. Nice! Boom! He's out. There we go. That took longer than I anticipated. Come on. Grab the shine. Come on. Wherever, I'll just get it this way. Alright, just 2 more shines to go. We're not going to do the 8th shine of each world, we're just going to do the first 7 shines of each world. Maybe some secret shines in some worlds that I know, but not many of those. We're basically going to do the main 7 shines, just the 7 important ones. Because we're not going for 100% completion or anything. Plus, I've never gotten 100% completion in this game anyway. The Secret of the Dirty Lake is our mission now. They originally want you to ride the lily pad, but you can skip doing that in this. It's actually pretty easy to skip it. You can actually skip it pretty easily. You can just go this way, like I'm going. And then you can just use the hover nozzle with Flood. So it's actually pretty easy to skip. Just like this. Just jump, wait until you fall down a little bit, hover with the hover nozzle, and then use these logs to go here. And here we go. Shadow Mario's about to steal Flood. Alright. I really love the acapella music these secret levels have. I think it's really cool. Alright, this one's pretty annoying. You have these flipping platforms here. And it's very easy to fall off. There we go. Okay, so we can just wall jump right here and land on this block. The block moves in a predictable pattern, so it's easy to memorize the pattern by which way it goes, so you'll know which way to go for standing on this block. You don't even have to jump when you're riding the block, you can just do it like that as long as you memorize the pattern. Okay. We have to be careful here. I mean, this level ain't really that hard, it's just, you can fall off very easily, because Mario's super slippery in this game. And I fell off several times because of Mario wanted. I've died several times on these secret levels because of Mario wanting to fall off instead of actually jumping at the right time. That's happened several times. Okay, so we need to time these jumps just right. We have to do these jumps with precision. This is one of the harder secret levels for me. Oh no! See, I told you. I just pressed the button. I pressed it precisely. And the game did not input that. And I just fell off because of that. It's stupid for me to die that way. That was stupid. Just stupid how the game can do that. Alright. Let's try not to die again. There we go. Okay. Okay. Just be careful here. As long as you know the pattern of this block, this part is not hard at all. There we go. There we go. Excuse me. Here's where it gets tricky right here because of these platforms. Just take your time right here. You don't have to go fast. Excuse me. Just take your time. Just watch the patterns of these platforms. Make sure you can time the jumps just right. And that's all you gotta do. This is nerve-wracking, I know. Okay. I sometimes have to keep alternating between these platforms. There we go. There we go! Woohoo! Not too difficult at all. That's all you gotta do. Pretty simple. It's pretty easy. That's all you gotta do. As long as you know that jump pattern about where to jump, it's pretty easy. It's very similar to, as a pattern about which way you need to jump. Very similar to Pac-Man, how there's a pattern on Pac-Man to beat some levels. Alright, let's go ahead and do the next shine, which is Shadow Mario on the Loose. This is the last one we're going to do in Bianco Hills. These Shadow Mario missions are pretty easy. All you got to do in these missions is spray Shadow Mario with Flood. Just like that. You just need to keep spraying him until he falls down. All these Shadow Mario missions are pretty easy. Some of them might take longer than others because of where he goes and stuff, but as long as you just don't rush yourself too much, they're pretty easy. Ow! There we go. You can just stand underneath this shine and you'll automatically get it, just like that. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this nice long first episode of Super Mario Sunshine. Alright guys, that was it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the bell right beside it to be notified every time my new videos come out. Have a wonderful day. Peace, Republic of Speed Boy.